Welcome to Finding Gray, where we find the gray in this black and white world that we live in. And I got some chatting points for you. I had a job interview that I don't feel so good about, but I want to talk about the difference between trauma response, defense mechanism, versus your intuition trying to tell you something. I think this is something we can all kind of relate to when we all have hints of trauma in our past and our body holds on to this trauma and it gives us reactions that we can't quite name or understand. Our brains don't quite understand why. I love that for you.
Don't run your mouth, we won't have this problem.
You can see the hickey really well too. That was good. Good morning. Actually, it's the afternoon now. Welcome to Finding Gray. I'm going to do my makeup again because I have some stuff to talk about. Being consistent, isn't that nice? So I had an interview with another dispensary, the one that's closer to home. I was actually really excited about it. It was a video interview, which I'm not exactly comfortable with, but you know, I'll do it. It's fine, I guess. The interview was absolutely horrible. I was excited about it, and for a little while I thought maybe it was just my nerves, like normal interview nerves. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, man, I don't think I like the people. And the people are such a huge part of any job. I have left a lot of jobs that I enjoyed just because the people, I couldn't mentally handle being that close to people like that. The question is, what is the difference between intuition and your trauma firing off? What is the difference between your body thinking it's danger and your body actually communicating to you that this isn't good for you? There is such an ambiguity when it comes to following your intuition, because intuition feels so different for everyone. There's no one way to describe it. But in the words of ChatGPT, thank you so much for putting it into words that us humans can comprehend. The difference between a defense mechanism or a trauma response and intuition is calm. It is, you just know this is right. You just know this isn't right. You just feel calm about knowing the answer. Whereas a defense mechanism, it is your past experiences stuck in your body. It's gonna feel like panic, unsettled, and it's kind of hard to put into words, I guess. Of course, ChatGPT isn't human, but it's been trained by humans, so that makes a lot of sense. In the interview, I started trying to talk myself up, like before I got into the meeting room or whatever. I was like, you know, I really want this. This is something that I really want. I enjoy marijuana. I enjoy the field. And I had just made that video talking about how I want to go with in-depth videos on how to use it for, like, from my personal experience. And as soon as they joined the call, I felt uneasy. I think it might have been because it was two women. I really don't know how to describe it. I have anxiety when it comes to women, other women. I don't get along with them very well. I never really have. I've had one or two close friends and then we fall out and I don't get new ones because it hurts me. I just don't get along with them. I think I have more of a mentality of a man when it comes to things like that. I feel more comfortable in a man's presence because they're not afraid to tell you, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is how I feel about it. They lay it all out there on the table, whereas women have such an undercurrent of thoughts, emotions, subconsciously. Like, we can't even help it. It's just what we do, how we are, how we're wired, and it makes me feel uneasy. Really uneasy when I'm put in a situation where I feel like this undercurrent of energy and I can't even put words to it. I can't even justify the feeling. It's just panic. It felt like panic. As soon as I saw it was the regional manager and the store manager, and immediately warnings were going off in my head. I couldn't breathe. My glasses were fogging up. Every question they asked me, I felt like I couldn't catch my breath. I seriously felt like I had a panic attack right there in front of them. And I can't even say that they were nice about it, because I think I didn't get a bad feeling from the manager, the general manager. It was the regional manager, I think she said she was. She had this like fighting demeanor about her, like she wanted to see someone fail. She's wanting you to prove yourself so badly to her, and I will never live that way again. I will never kiss someone's fucking feet. I'm never gonna do it. But that's genuinely the feeling I got from her. Like, I should be begging her to get this job, but if you have an attitude like that, I will never want that job, ever. I would much rather live under a bridge. Easy. I lived with people like that. I will not work for them. I refuse. That's why I left the warehouse. It was people like that everywhere, and you can't get away from them. It felt like a trauma response. By the end of the interview, I was still willing to think that maybe I had a chance. Maybe it really was just nerves and they could look past that. I was thinking, just calm down, think about it. Were my answers true? I really just wanted to sit down and really think, like, I can still have hope, right? And I did for maybe 30 minutes. And then I kind of had this feeling that maybe it was something a little deeper than just the nerves. It was a little thicker than just your normal job interview anxiety. I say, in my life, I was wired. My nervous system is wired to feel danger if I don't feel comfortable. If I feel like I am not being treated right, I will feel danger anytime I think that. I feel panic if I feel like I have a problem. As I even had this I have this problem in my relationships all the time. I struggle very, very hard to say what is wrong, to say I have a problem. And I am working on it, but it's genuinely, that is my PTSD. It's going to stay with me forever, and I'm trying really hard. To stand up for myself. And I think that's what this video is. I'm not just going to sit here and gloom and doom on my own gloom, okay? I'm just going to accept that maybe it was a trauma response, but maybe that fear is a disguise. Maybe that was a disguise for awareness. Maybe my body understood that this wasn't a good environment for me before my mind could catch up, because I thought weed, marijuana, I love the field, and they were talking about medical training, and that's something I was wanting. That's something I was looking forward to when I did work at the other dispensary. On paper, it's exactly what I want. It's close to home. It's a good paying job, and it's part-time, so I could still do my YouTube and be dedicated and try. But I think I really sat down and I realized it's not. I think that trauma response was just really telling me that this isn't right. It's like, if I'm triggered this much by the interview, I can't imagine working there. Maybe I was stereotyping an industry. I thought we were all understanding and on the same page. And I guess you can't really say that for anyone. You can't say that for any one group of people, and that is true. All Christians aren't the same. Christianity is not a damned religion, but the people that are damned will damn it. It's just how it is with anything you get into. There's gonna be people that just don't work. And I'm thinking it's not necessarily that they are bad people or it's a bad environment. It's bad for me and my nervous system. I have problems I really have to be aware of. I can't keep ignoring them. That's not how I want to live. That's what all of this was for. I lived in that basement for 2 years so that I could be here in front of you in my own apartment, because I decided I wasn't going to be walked on anymore. I decided I was going to stand up for myself, and it's worth the fear and the anxiety and the trauma response to sit here and actually listen to myself. When I think about that dispensary and that interview, I just don't see it. I just don't see a future there for me. I think my nervous system really did clue me in on something my mind couldn't quite grasp. And that was, on paper, it was everything I wanted. But the people that I work with are just as important as the job itself. Really what I wanted was to make a living, make a life with my partner. I found my partner and I lost the living. So it's like, where do we go from here? And when I think about a job, I don't feel the anxiety that I used to be honest. I used to feel this rushing need to find the thing I'm gonna do forever. Like I had to make a decision and it had to be the right one the first time. But I actually wrote down every job I've ever had and the reason I had to leave. I think the truth is I just don't want to work for someone else. I want to do it myself. I don't want to go to a job and want to climb their corporate ladder anymore. I don't think that's what I want. That's what I wanted when I started at my dispensary job. I wanted that. That's what I wanted when I worked in the warehouse. I wanted to climb the ladder and do the best that I could. But it's like I wasn't even putting faith in myself and my YouTube. I was putting faith in, hey bro, so sad. Wanting to climb the corporate ladder of wherever I was at is just naturally my ambitiousness coming through, but it's like I wasn't having faith in my own vision of what I truly wanted. What I really wanted was to do it myself, was to have a YouTube channel, was to build my brand, was to make my mark in the world. If I really disagree with the things that are on the internet right now, why am I not putting out the things that I think are worth putting out there? I think we're gonna do that, you know. I want to climb my own corporate ladder. I want to be a corporation. Not a bad one, but a good one. I want to have a brand. I want to be proud of where I am and where I got myself. I want to take every opportunity that I possibly can and turn it into something amazing. So I don't actually know whether my reaction was purely trauma or if it was intuition. Well, you know, that's a lie. I do know. It was intuition. I think it was a little of both. I think I had a little bit of PTSD flare-up because it's hinting at something I couldn't quite grasp because it was marijuana. I wanted the job. I wanted the job really bad. But I think my nervous system was telling me something so important, and maybe that's not my next step in my career. That's not my next step in life. I'm not gonna go to a different dispensary, but I am excited to keep making videos. I'm excited to keep talking. I'm excited to keep wanting to use my voice, because even though my nervous system was trained to feel danger when I stood up for myself, I'm gonna do it anyway, in a place that I feel safe, a place that I want to grow and become more. I really just cannot get the shape right today. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, so I think I'm going to be like an online shopper at Walmart because I think that would be a much less stressed job. And I don't want to spend all of my mental energy stressing about a job that's not actually what I want. I don't want to go backwards in my journey. I don't want to go into an environment where I feel like someone's trying to control me. I refuse. I refuse to be controlled. I was controlled my entire life, and now is the time that I stand up for myself because I can. And I will. I'm going to. So thank you. Come again. I think the biggest takeaway, though, is just I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to listen to my body telling me that this isn't right. Despite how much I wanted it, I think my body, Emily, is something that needs to be valued and listened to. If I'm feeling Walmart as something that makes me feel good, like it genuinely, that's my boyo. It genuinely makes me feel good to think about working at Walmart, picking online orders, doing everything right there on the cart, clocking in, clocking out, going about my business, and coming home and doing the things that I love. That sounds like a good life to me. How's that? No. I don't know what I'm doing. That's fine. No. Anyway. I'm listening to my body because that was the whole point. That was the whole point of being here and doing this. And I am happy that I found my boyfriend from my job trauma or intuition. I think in my case it was a little of both, and I am excited to hopefully get a job at Walmart. I think that's something I would rather do for a little while. I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of plans with my boyfriend. He asked me to marry him for real, and I said yes, for real. I own you.
Do you?
I do. I own copyrights to your existence.
You own me. I own you.
So that is in our future. We'll have a honeymoon and we'll go to Japan. That's currently what we're working towards. And that just lights me up. That just makes me feel amazing. I love having plans. I love having a goal to work on with him. He says it's not a goal. He says it's just what we're going to do. That's all I really want. I just want the life. And I think I found the person I want to do the life with. And even if we aren't making money together right now, I feel real opportunity. I feel real possibility with him. He's not just all talk. He's not just some guy that wants to stake his claim on me.
Are you just recording me to record you?
Yes, 'cause I love you.
Like, it's the found footage where this is the last thing that people see of me.
He was wearing a Rick and Morty shirt.
You know, lost tapes and all that.
It'll be buried deep within the ground next to your body.
It'll be buried in your ass. I'm Chase with KUL TV News. You know, we are now missing one of our Mr. Vapors Ultra. If you can see it and find it, let us know. It was last seen in a ravenous cave. Dear Lord.
Oh, God. He's the one. He's the one I want to spend it with. He's the one I want to grow it with. And I think we'll do all right together. I'm excited. Very, very excited. So Walmart and YouTube will be in my future. I think that'd be great. I'd be so happy with that. You know, just a simple life. It was like, even though the dispensary was something that I really wanted, I don't really see it as a failure. I don't see it as a failure. I see it as me finally listening to myself and taking my mental health and my health seriously. My environment and where I put forth my energy matters so much. It looks weird. It's fine. I don't see it as a failure that the other dispensary didn't work out. I genuinely see it as something that I am more than willing to move on. Just listen to myself for once. You know, I think I deserve that. Just listen to the fact that I don't want to be held to unobtainable expectations. And I think I felt this like unspoken energy there. Whereas the other dispensary I worked at, it felt so personal. It felt like this unspoken energy of you have to impress these people. You have to give them your life. You have to fall on your knees and prove that you are going to go above and beyond what's asked of you. And I mean, I understand your eagerness to kind of find someone like that, but we're also in 2025. We are, I hate to say it, but we're kind of changing the way that things are run around here. I genuinely thought that marijuana itself was an industry that just saw people differently. But I'm starting to think I was stereotyping, and only some of them are like that. So, Walmart may not treat people like people, but it still feels a hell of a lot safer than being in such a closed-in environment with someone who didn't feel safe to me. You know, I made this a long time ago. Look how cute. I sewed the inside and then I crocheted the back and I sewed them together. I was so proud of these. I wanted to make videos on how to make them. I was trying to come up with a pattern on how to explain how to do it, but it was way too complicated. Oh my gosh, I love that. It's called Love Triangle. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to spend more time on YouTube. Try to get a little more invested and figure out what is another way that I could earn money. Could I sell those wallets? Could I make Cricut shirts? I could customize t-shirts and do that and do it on YouTube as we're chatting, talking about life. I think I'm done talking about it. I just want to do it. I think we're finally at that point that it's like, I don't want to pretend that I don't want this anymore. This is my calm knowing. This is the calm intuition that I know that I enjoy this. Not intuition that I'm going to succeed, but intuition that I enjoy this. I feel safe doing this. And it's always felt like my future. So here I am. This one. What's something crazy? Crazy. Underworld is like a joke. Oh my gosh. Maybe we want Underworld. That's so pretty. Oh, that's cute. I love Underworld. Why have I never used this one? Oh my goodness. Okay. 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 Right, so the direction of my life is not exactly going the way that I thought that it would, but I genuinely am excited, even to work at Walmart, because I know I have goals in a future that I'm working towards, and I'm not doing it alone, right? I have goals that I feel like I can actually work on and feel good working on. I don't care what job it is. I just want to be happy. I don't want to hate my life every day. And knowing that my life is going in a good direction, not necessarily one I thought it would go in, I'm pretty excited about that. Finding your direction starts with action. And that's why I'm here talking to you today. I'm excited. I really am excited. That's it. But ultimately, the people I work with are just as important as the work itself. I just want to go to my job and feel happy and valued and know my worth and stand up for my worth. You know, I think trying to make excuses as to why you hear that? That sound is so weird. Sorry. Our brains don't quite understand why we're having this reaction, but I think sitting with the feeling, being able to sit with the feeling that this doesn't feel the way I wanted it to, is part of the process. You need to sit and feel. It's so important that you take yourself seriously. Take your pain seriously. Even if you don't think it's justified. It probably wasn't justified of me to have a panic attack during an interview. A video interview, mind you. But I think listening to my body is the first step. It's funny, this is my boyfriend jacket. Actually, it totally goes with my pants too. We're gonna get married, and then we're gonna go to Japan for our honeymoon, and then we're gonna get a raccoon, and we're gonna have a baby, and we're gonna have a business, and we're gonna take over the world and have a cult following. It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great. That's kind of what I was hoping. I talked about our goals to get married and go to Japan.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get married, and then
A raccoon and a baby.
We're gonna go to Japan first. We're gonna have the baby in Japan.
Yes. No. No. Well, we're gonna trade something for a baby in Japan.
Wait, iPod Nano, duh, limited edition.
Trauma-informed job hunting. That's what this ultimately comes down to. If you have trauma, you can't blame other people for it. You can't blame them for triggering you. It's not because they're bad people. Maybe they are, but it's none of my business. It's not that they're bad people. It's that they clash with me and my history. As Vera Gray, the person I choose to be, I have to stand up for my body, Emily. She is at the mercy of me, my mind. I have to decide that I'm going to take her seriously, take her pain and her fear seriously, and cater to that. I need to cater to her strengths, and I need to help her through the weaknesses. And I think this is the best step. Get a job at Walmart. Like, that genuinely just makes me happy just thinking about it. It'd be such a simple, happy job. I'd be so happy to just go work my early shift and then come home, get my kids, have my boyfriend, and just enjoy our life, you know? That sounds good to me. I'm still working on my goal. We're gonna go to Japan, and it's gonna happen, and I'm so excited. Stick around. I'm gonna keep being consistent and keep proving myself right, and I think it's gonna be fun. We'll see how it goes, you know?
Flip it on for you. I feel like I'm in like display. I feel like an animal. I feel like this is how I go missing like next week. Like this is being shown to the cops. You know what I mean? Like Jesus. Have you seen this man? Well, how would you have this video if you hadn't? I've never seen him in my life, honestly.
He's mine. I think that's good. I'm excited. I love you, baby. He's your best kitty ever. My boyfriend is cheating on me with this cat. He loves her more than me. He said I was second best. What's sad. Too bad we don't have the loaf.
You should have brought it.
I should have.
Today would have been the perfect day too. What are we doing?
Getting you in focus.
Should I be doing something?
Do you want to? You just do whatever you want. We're just hanging out.
Love you so much.
I love you so much. You're my perfect boyo.
I'm glad.
All right, thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you soon. You know, I use ChatGPT again to help me with the wording, because I told ChatGPT what happened to me at the interview and my conclusions, and then ChatGPT paraphrased everything I said, and it made it into a very digestible chunk of information that I could relate to you in a much more organized fashion. Right, thanks ChatGPT. Oh, let's go eat something. Yummy. Get it.